Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Sokkanatha Venba, verse number 12. எப்போது மும்மலம் விட்டு ஏறுவேன், பூரணமாய் எப்போது உன் இன்ப சுகத்து எய்துவேன், எப்போதும் நித்யா சுத்தா நிராமயா சொல் தவறா சத்யா சொக்கநாதா. Today's verse is a beautiful verse, but we have to understand it in a different manner. Let's look at word by word and then we will see how we have to look at this entire verse in an entirety. Eppodhum nitya, permanent. When you talk about Lord Shiva, he's the only one who's going to be permanent in this world. Everything else is going to go through a destruction. Lord Shiva is the only one who doesn't have any expiry date of manufacture, date of expiry, nothing is there. Date of death, date of birth, nothing is there. He doesn't have any kind of, basically when we talk about it, permanent. So permanent, beyond the boundaries of permanent is what Lord Shiva is all about. Then Sutta. Sutta is a person who's going to be in the purest form. When we talk about purity, it is always Lord Shiva, because nothing which is impure can get near to him. So he is the one who is going to be Sutta, the purest one. Niramaya, someone who is not going to be bound or entangled with any of the distractions that we see in this world. We call them as the entanglement. We call it as Arnavam, Kanmam and Maya. Nothing is going to get near to Lord Shiva, so he is far beyond these attacks. Like what we are. If you look at it, we get attracted towards everything around us. It could be Maya, it could be karma, it could be because of our Arnava, whatever it is, we just get attracted. But Lord Shiva is beyond that. He can't. None of these dirts or entanglement can even imagine crossing the lines with Lord Shiva. Sol tavara satya, someone, once he promises, be what may, he will keep it up with the words. He is the one, man of words that we call it today. He is the one. Sol tavara satya. Whenever he says something, that itself is a promise. That itself is something he's swearing on, which will never be broken. We all know this by Nambi Arurar's life history. When Nambi Arurar was in Kailash serving Lord Shiva decided to send him down to earth in order to sing a padigam called as Thillaival Andanar, Tirthonda Thogai. So what Lord Shiva did was, he cornered Nambi Arurar. Back then he was called as Sundarar. He cornered Sundarar and he said, it's time for you to go down to earth and you need to perform your duties over there. When Sundarar heard this, he was totally shattered. Who on earth would want to leave Lord Shiva's lotus feet and come down, right? But what he did was, he was quite smart. Nambi Arurar, as in Sundarar, he put forth a request to Lord Shiva. He said, I know I've made a mistake, because of that I'm penalized, I'm going down to the earth. But Lord Shiva, I need a promise from you. When I'm just getting attracted to this world, because I know the one that with the earth is having a characteristic which can dilute our, it can create a lot of delusion in us. When I get attracted towards this, please Lord Shiva, you have to come and take charge of me. Make sure that I don't get entangled into this earthly affairs. Lord Shiva promised him. So Sundarar came down to earth. After that, he was called as Nambi Arurar. He grew up until the age of 16. He was a Sivacharya, and at the same time, he grew up as a son of a king as well. So he had wealth, he had good education, he had all proper kind of etiquettes that is needed. So he grew up in the most desired manner. When he was 16, there was a decision by his parents to marry him off to one of the Sivacharya's daughter. And when during the wedding ceremony, Lord Shiva came down just to make sure that he's stopping this wedding and he's taking charge of Nambi Arurar. as per the promise that he once gave in Kailash. Nambi Arura did not know it was Lord Shiva, so he insulted. Yet Lord Shiva was persistent. He made sure that none of these words are going to hurt him or whatever, and he made the objective very clear. And he took charge of Nambi Arura, and then he went back. So Lord Shiva is the one, once he gives a word, nothing in this world or nothing in this planet or nothing in this universe could change it. That's what we call it as Sol Tavara Satya. Who is all this? Sokkanatha. Now, the first two lines we are going to talk about is a question. Eppodhu mummalam vittu yeruven. I have these entanglements. When am I going to get rid of these entanglements? And Lord Shiva, when am I going to reach you? Only when I let go of these entanglements, I can come to you. When is that going to happen? And Puranamai eppodhu un inba suhattu eiduven. When am I going to be in your circle of happiness, permanent happiness? When is this going to happen? These are the two questions. Now, how we should read this padikam is very simple. This verse is very simple. Sutta, which is purest form. O Shiva, who is in the purest form, when am I going to get onto the state like you? Get rid of all my entanglements, and when am I going to be in a purest form as well? Same base, Niramaya eppodhu mummalam vittu yeruven. O Shiva, who's not going to be entangled with any of these impurities, when am I going to get rid of my impurities, and when am I going to reach your lotus feet? And the next line we are going to talk about is Nitya, which is permanent. Oh Lord Shiva, who is the one of the permanent person, when are you going to give me the permanent happiness in this world? And that attributes to Sokkanatha. That's what verse number 12 is all about. It has to be read in this manner. Sutta eppodhu mummalam vittu yeruven. Niramaya eppodhu mummalam vittu yeruven. Nitya பூரணமாய் எப்போது உன் இன்ப சுகத்து எய்துவேன். சொல் தவறா சத்தியா பூரணமாய் எப்போது உன் இன்ப சுகத்து எய்துவேன். Sokkanatha. Once we add certain words up and down, as in if we change the order and rephrase it, the meaning of this particular verse is so vivid, we don't even need to have a dictionary to understand this. That concludes verse number 12. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.